Yay, the kids are finally asleep.
So do you feel like...
Playing a game?
I've got a feeling a boss fight's coming up.
Ooh, I just got wrecked.
Headshot, baby.
Ooh, it's your turn to get the baby.
So are you up to the challenge?
Run, 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 run.
And we're dead.
That's when I realized I have no idea what I'm doing.
GG. Welcome back to another episode of the Gamer Parents Podcast. My name is Kevin, and I'm joined by my lovely wife, Joanne.
Hello.
If you're new here, Joanne and I are a married couple. We have 2 kids, ages 3 and 5, and we are parents who game and gamers who parent. We're all about gaming and parenting here on the Gamer Parents Podcast.
Yes, plenty to talk about.
And as usual, we will kick things off with our weekly update on what's been going on in life and games over the last week. As tradition, starting with the life side of things, let's talk about what's been going on this last week or so. With that said, Joanne, you want to talk about our first thing on the list?
Yes, so earlier last week, my cousin from Malaysia came to visit. And it was just over the weekend kind of thing, 3 to 4 days.
Yeah, just a few days.
And it was really fun because it's been a while since I've
Been what,
seen
7
her.
or 8 years?
Yes, 7 years.
She was here for our wedding. So that's how I know.
Yes, she was our maid of honor, my maid of honor.
Yeah.
And I had a great time with her. And it's her first time to see our kids.
Yeah, so she was here 7 or 8 years ago before our kids were born. So it was her first time to meet them, and obviously their first time to meet her. And obviously it's just been a long time since even you two have seen each other.
Yeah, but it felt like, you know, when you have a bond with someone, even though you haven't seen them in person for the longest time ever, but when you meet and then it seems like it was just a yesterday thing that we were together hanging out. And just like an overview on how close we are, we're 10 years apart, right? She's 10 years younger than I am, but we're like so, you know, like close, like super close, like 2 fingers together. I don't know how to say that.
I think that was perfect. The 2 fingers together. You can't really separate 2 fingers more than very far at all. So
yeah,
makes sense.
And when I was like working back then, before I moved to America,
there was BK before Kevin.
Yes, before Kevin, BK.
The BK era. Yeah.
The BK era. And also before I moved here to the US, I used to work in Malaysia, and she was like obviously in college because she's 10 years younger, and she would like stay with me, you know, or live with me.
During the summer, or like when she had time off, or while she was going to school?
While she was going to school.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so she'd see me after work every night, and you know, I was always there by her side throughout her college years. And it was so nice. And even when we were kids, like I was like in my teenage years and she was like 5, 4, we would do sleepovers where she would come to my house and sleep over, and I would babysit her. Of course, back then we were like, you know, not as close as we are now, because, you know, what can I say to a 5-year-old? I'll normally just play with her, you know, and we'll like play with our bunnies and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of nice memories. So that's the overview of our relationship. We've like been so close knitted since she was born and through the years, despite the big age gap. So it was really nice now that, you know, I'm the mom and she's a working person.
Yeah,
now.
I feel like last time we saw her, she was still a teenager.
I know.
And now she's, you know, been working for a while and is definitely seemed more like a grown up, you know, not like a kid anymore. Obviously, it's just been a while since we saw her.
And yeah, she's so wise for her age. She's really like a sister to me. So we went to the mall, we brought the kids, and, you know, that's when she realized she can't really get much shopping done with the 2 kids running around. So we decided to like leave her there for like a few hours while we bring the kids home.
Yeah, we left like right after lunch, right? And took the kids and just kind of left her there and came back to get her later.
Yes, but then I managed to still like walk around with her for like an hour.
Right.
For some shopping to do with her, and she really liked that. It was like good old times. And then the kids really took into her well, and even our youngest 3-year-old, she's like totally into the whole selfie thing with her, so this is going to be like her favorite aunt or something.
Yeah, I noticed lately, at least after your cousin came to visit, our 3-year-old Faith has been more into like taking pictures.
Yeah,
like,
or
she'll
videos.
Be like, oh, take a picture of me and Daddy, and I'll be like, okay, this is unusual for her, but yeah, I'm all for it. I dig it.
I know, and she would actually like look at the pictures and say, "Let's do it again. Let's do it again," as if like she had a bad side or something. It was funny. Like, I'm not ready for this teenage 3-year-old.
Yeah, she's showing signs already.
Yes. And then, so that went by really fast, very bittersweet. And then I felt bad because, like, my 5-year-old son, he didn't get to spend as much time as he wanted with me over the weekend because I was all over my cousin. So I kind of like scheduled a mother-son date and had my in-laws watch Faith while I spent like a whole afternoon with Dylan. After school, I took him.
And what did you both do?
I took him to the movies.
And you saw?
And we watched Migration. It's about a family of ducks migrating from their little pond to Jamaica.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what okay, I watched the trailer, and that's not what I got. I wouldn't.
I know they were flying.
I didn't know it was Jamaica.
Yeah.
Like from the trailer, because I saw the trailer because you showed me later. But it seemed like it was ducks migrating from like their normal pond or whatever to like the city. But I didn't know it was Jamaica necessarily.
No, they flew through the city. I think that's somewhere in America, obviously, like North America.
And they ended up in Jamaica somehow?
Yeah, they were heading towards the Caribbean.
Oh, okay.
So they were like, we're going south.
Okay.
So I thought that was really cute. But yeah, Dylan had super fun time watching that. He even told me like, this is the best Mother's Day ever. And I told him it's not Mother's Day. Well, it feels like it's Mother's Day because I get to spend time with you, he told me. And I was like, aw, okay, let's go get ice cream. Because at first he really wanted ice cream. And I was like, no, we'll just go to the movies, get some popcorn. And then he's like, after he said that, I'm like, okay, let's go get ice cream to make it the best ever.
Well, good for both of you to do that.
Yeah, it was cool because I think we brought him to the Marble Slab Creamery before, or was that?
Yeah, I think at least once before.
Yeah, but I don't think he remembered it because he acted like it was his first time.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I'm kind of jealous. I feel like I want to do something like that with one of our kids because I feel like it's been a while since just me and one of them have done anything. Definitely.
I think if you parents listening, like having that one-on-one time with a kid is like very beneficial, right?
Yeah, very valuable.
Because it's kind of like making the kid feel, like an only child.
Like dad's spending time on just me, or mom's spending time on just me, and not the other sibling always there and kind of in the mix.
Yeah. So yeah, we get to talk about a lot of his favorite things, and also like being present, not just like I was not on my phone as much as I usually am, I was like really putting the effort into like just focusing on what he has to say, laughing at his jokes, even though they were very like from you, Kevin.
Fair.
Yeah, but I had fun, and then we also had lunch. Was it lunch or dinner somewhere? But yeah, either way, it was just a day to remember for me and him. Plus, Kevin wasn't in. Kevin had a work trip. So why don't you talk about that, Sam?
Yeah. So I know a couple of weeks ago we talked about how we went on a work trip for me, but you kind of also tagged along to Vegas. This week was a bit different. So this last Monday through Thursday was a lot of just me traveling to Washington.
Yeah, I wish I could tag along to all your work trips, but then we have kids, so
yeah, that's hard to do every single one.
Yeah,
at least because I travel fairly a bit often, and yeah, so it was basically like 2 full days of traveling, and then in the middle of the week 2 full days in an office that the company I work for has in Washington, just seeing a lot of the people that I work with on a daily basis, but normally through Outlook or Teams or what have you. So it's kind of nice getting to meet a few people that I haven't gotten to meet before, as well as kind of just getting reacquainted with people that I work with that I don't get to see face to face.
Yeah, it's always good to build that rapport.
Yeah, and then also spending some time kind of after office hours with some of our people that work there, and kind of we went out to like a brewery and talked for a couple of hours after work. Just some people that I could get some knowledge and information from as well, just to help me in my job and all that I do, which was good.
Networking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, in a short story would be networking. But other than that, there's not really a whole lot. It wasn't as exciting as like the Vegas trip and the events that we had going on a couple of weeks ago. It was kind of standard work trip. Not a whole lot to add outside of that.
But you came back on time.
I did. I came back. I feel like I planned this trip perfectly because I have certain responsibilities with work that I need to be available at certain times. And I planned those times like perfectly between like my flight schedules, despite having a layover both going to and coming from. And in addition to that, I had planned it so I'd get back, be able to do what I needed to do for work, and be like right on time for our son's very first soccer practice.
Yes, and it's so exciting because we've been talking to him about soccer and about this practice coming up. He was really nervous because it's his first time on the fields with other people. So I was happy that Kevin could actually make it for the first soccer practice.
I was worried because if I had like any delays, I wouldn't have made it for the soccer practice. But like that's kind of why I chose the flight, thinking that I should make it on time, and we did. And yeah, we've taken Dylan to like just play soccer a little bit, like at the field nearby our house. But this was the first time of like him actually going and being on a team and having a coach besides me or you, and having actual like team members that he's like playing with and stuff, right? So like they'll have practices every Thursday, and then I guess once a week have games.
Well, the games start like I think in April.
Okay, yeah, because they're I don't think they're ready yet.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, there are a bunch of 5-year-olds that basically being taught soccer, some of them for the first time, and our son being one of those that has not played very much soccer before, especially at this like caliber.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to like his first game, and I have no idea how that's gonna go. I played soccer as a kid, but like I was older than 5.
Oh really? Okay, I thought you were around that age.
Yeah, so I don't know how he's gonna do. Hopefully he does well and is able to focus and get himself in the game.
Yeah.
Right. It's like something's gonna go wrong and he's gonna get upset about, but hopefully we can kind of keep him focused.
Yeah. It's a good way to teach him good sportsmanship anyways,
Yeah, that too. But he really liked the first soccer practice that we just had. The only thing is like halfway through, it was supposed to be like an hour, but like 30 minutes in, it started raining. And so we kind of like, the practice got called early because it was like raining kind of hard.
Yeah.
And so they didn't get the full hour, but Dylan was like, even just like later that day, he was like, I want to play more soccer. We're like, well, it's almost time for bed, so not today, but this weekend we'll definitely play some soccer. So this weekend I need to find time to get him over to the soccer field and kick around the ball a little bit at least.
Definitely.
Yeah, until he gets time for next practice.
Yes. I mean, I was like really watching what was being taught in the first practice, and it was more like passing the ball, dribbling.
Yeah, basic stuff, kind of.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I guess we could like just focus on those first.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be okay. We'll be fine. I played soccer enough that I can do at least the stuff they're working on now.
Yes.
But also this week, we had another first.
Yes, for the kids.
Yeah, for the kids. Well, we took our kids to Whataburger for the first time.
Yeah, it's basically like a Texas In-N-Out.
Kinda. I think it's different, but it's a Texas fast food chain called Whataburger, and a lot of people like it here.
I do too.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's pretty well known. But yeah, it's a fast food chain, and we took our kids there for the first time, which our kids are like really picky when it comes to food,
I know.
as most kids probably are. But kind of to the point where like I'm hesitant to like even try to give them something they've never had before, because I just know they're more than likely to like, oh, I don't want that. I want pizza, or I want chicken nuggets, or I want McDonald's, or I want French fries, or like, you know, whatever they're used to and they know that they like that's all that they want. And when they try something new, it can be difficult.
Yeah, it could be either going really good or go really bad.
So I remember we were like, oh, we're going to go here for dinner and we're going to try it. You've never had it before, but don't worry, it's going to be good. And I even know like Dylan was like, he doesn't want to go there. He wants to go someplace else. Right?
Yeah.
Because he's very opinionated, as we like to say.
And very used to his comfort places, you know, like comfort zone.
So we go there anyways. And of course, he loves it.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, because he likes McDonald's, right? And he likes hamburgers from McDonald's.
Yes, he does.
And he's like, I like this as much as McDonald's.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, cool. Like another place that he likes and is okay with, because you kind of never know when you introduce him to something new.
Yes, and even our daughter liked the chicken nuggets.
Yeah, so we have one kid that really likes hamburgers.
Yes.
And we have one kid that really likes chicken nuggets.
Yes.
And not hamburgers. So they can't really have the same thing when it comes to hamburgers and chicken nuggets.
And that's the first thing I check on the menu. Every time we go somewhere, I have to make sure there's like chicken nuggets or hamburger. And
of course, French fries.
And French fries,
because they both like French fries.
But even French fries, it cannot be like those crinkle cut ones. They just want that straight French fry.
Oh, they don't like curly fries?
They do not like curly fries. I tried. And even the waffle fries that Chick-fil-A has, it's really good. I like it, but the kids are not into that.
Really? I kind of thought they taste like normal fries, but they just look different.
But not to the kids, apparently. I don't know. Maybe like for kids with their tiny teeth, it was easier to eat the straight one versus the... Maybe. I don't know. But they're picky. I said they're picky, so it's like understandable. Yeah. Yeah,
they're really picky. But anyways, the visit to Whataburger was a success.
Yes.
I think the kicker being that the kids' meals came with a cookie.
Yes. And apple juice. Well, a lot of places serve apple juice.
So they were like, for whatever reason, super excited about the chocolate chip cookie that they got for dessert.
Yep.
The only downside to Whataburger was that I wanted to try the Dr. Pepper shake.
Oh, yeah.
Because I love Dr. Pepper and I like milkshakes.
Yeah.
And so I was like, Dr. Pepper shake, I have to try it. I thought it would be like something kind of like a root beer float, maybe.
It should be.
But like with Dr. Pepper, you know, like mixed with ice cream maybe into like a shake.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, their shake machine was not working. Surprise, surprise. I feel like that happens a lot at these kind of places. And so I did not get to try the Dr. Pepper shake.
Oh, well, that shows that we have to go back there for it.
I know. I think it's like a limited time thing too. So I don't know. There's a chance that I may still get to try it, but I'm also kind of accepting that I might not get to try it. And that's okay, even though I'm a diehard Dr. Pepper fan. But either way, I'm okay.
Funny.
So also this week, and I could talk about it this time because I was there.
I know, and this is your first time. Go ahead.
My first time. I went to our local library for the first time. And I know Joanne keeps talking about it like the last few weeks because she keeps going there.
Because I love libraries.
Our kids. And I am usually busy or gone or whatever. And so this was the first time I got to go. So all four of us, our whole family of four, went to the library. Yep. Earlier today, right? Yes. And we returned like 20 books. 20 kids' books. And we rented out
10 more.
Yeah, like 10 more books. We're cutting back on the number of books we're borrowing from the library. It is. That's a lot. It's a lot of book.
Yeah. Plus, they're board books. Not like boring board,
kids,
like board.
Yeah, they're kids' books. And they have a lot of pictures. And they're thick. Like heavy. And there's a lot of them.
I like the board books because you can't tear the pages, you know?
Yes, but they also make them heavier for each page.
True that.
Yeah. And also our library has so much other stuff other than books. We didn't really... There was a second floor we didn't even get to explore.
Well, that's only for the adults. Our kids are not allowed upstairs.
Really?
That's why Dylan wanted to go upstairs. He's like, he
I was
knows it's
curious
restricted.
I was curious what was upstairs because they have a whole like second floor we didn't even get to go to.
Yeah, you guys could go. I mean, like, no, not you guys. You can go. You or me.
Okay.
Not the kids.
Yeah, but they had like a whole bunch of toys and like puzzle kind of things. They had one toy that I thought was really interesting. It was like they had like a button that you would like could button on and off.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a snap button, right? But then they also had like a button.
Yeah, the one that goes through the buttonhole.
Like a sewed on button.
Yeah.
If that makes more sense.
Yeah. Then there's like
a zipper and like a
belt
buckle thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a toy that teaches kids how to button their clothes or how to use zippers on their clothes or how to use like kind of belts.
Yep.
And what was the hardest one?
Shoelace.
Oh, shoelace even, which our son struggled with because his shoes are only Velcro at this point because we have not gotten to the point where we can teach him how to actually tie shoelaces.
Hey, I'm an adult and I still don't like shoes with shoelaces. Not because like I don't know how to tie it. I know how to tie it. It's just like they keep coming off. Like over time when I walk or something.
Yeah.
Just like comes off.
Well, most people, we were supposed to wear shoes. You're supposed to untie them, put it on, tie them. Like every time you put your shoes on and off. But I'm kind of lazy, so I just try to, if I can, I slip my like shoes on without untying them.
Yeah, no.
But it's like even though we know how to tie our shoes, we still find ways to take shortcuts.
Mm-hmm.
And so, our 5-year-old doesn't know how to tie shoes exactly, but we'll teach him about the old bunny ears trick soon, maybe.
Are we missing something? Oh, and they also have that kind of buckle that you do for like the ones that you use for their seat belts, you know, the one that you have to squeeze.
Yeah, like kind of like a fanny pack.
Yeah.
Like
that buckle
thing that snaps together. I don't know even what you call that, but yeah.
But it was cool. I've seen toys like that before. I never really understood what those do, but I guess now I see the purpose.
They also at the library had a bunch of computers, and they got to play all kinds of different games on the computers, like math games and drawing games. Mm-hmm. And outside of the library, they had those musical, like, they were like pipes that like you hit, kind of like a xylophone.
Yeah.
But they were like hollow pipes that you would have like different lengths, and you would hit them and they would make sounds. I was actually enjoying that. I wanted to do that some more, but it was like we had to get inside because it was kind of cold and windy outside, and these were like right outside the library.
Yeah, it's very therapeutic. Like the sound was very like
angelic, kind of.
Angelic, yeah. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, like I was making songs with it, I feel like, and I was totally focused on it. And I was like, for a moment there, like I wasn't really aware of like where our kids were.
I was.
They were there like with us, next to us, but like I was getting really distracted.
Yeah, there were like how many instruments? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like there were about 5 or 6 different kind of pipes. You know, I mean pipe instruments. So it's like each of us get to pick one and kind of like make a song.
I want to do like a family band thing, either like with those or like the piano and guitar. Yeah, that would be fun.
Goals.
That's about it for the library trip.
Yeah. And
what
also
else this week?
This week, I was introducing our children to some Hispanic heritage Disney movies.
Oh, do tell.
Like Coco and Encanto.
So you watched both of them this week?
Yep, both of them. And it was really fun. I like to listen to this Spanish words that are being spoken in there, and I try to like teach our kids that, because Dylan learns Spanish at school like only 1 day a week, but he doesn't remember it obviously, and so it's nice to learn that extra language. So
your 6th language?
Yeah. But I was just trying to teach him like the simple ones like hello, goodbye, or all the family members, you know. It's kind of sweet to watch. And then you also get to learn about their culture. Like in Coco, we learn about Dia de los Muertos, which is the Day of the Dead.
Right.
And in Encanto, what did we learn about culturally? I think it's more like the familyness, you know, like the importance of family and how they live in one big house with everyone, you know, grandfather, grandmother, all in one house, uncles, aunts. That's how normally, like in the village back in my home country, we do that too. So I was like happy to see that.
Yeah, and I've never seen Encanto, but in Coco, I feel like it was really focused on family. Yes, also, right?
That was true.
Family loving and supporting each other, and family coming first, and all that. And I feel like even this time watching Coco, I still missed like 30 minutes. I don't think I've watched Coco like start to finish all the way through. I feel like I'm always missing parts of it.
Yeah.
But there's definitely parts of it that I caught this time that I didn't catch like in prior viewings.
Okay. But I really like their music.
Yeah. It's good. I like it. I feel like I still need to watch it like all the way through to really, really get it. But I did like it, yeah.
I think Disney is doing a great job on diversity recently. Oh, I forgot to mention. And I guess this is a good segue for the gaming.
Okay. So getting into our gaming update.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that my cousin that visited earlier this week, she is also a gamer.
Yes.
So I used to game a lot with her as well growing up. But this week we played Mortuary Assistant.
It has been a minute since you played that.
Yes, and I loved it. I guess it's different because she's playing it and I'm just like watching next to her and helping her navigate through it.
You were like giving her advice kind of, right?
Yeah, because it's her first time and it's not a tutorial, you know? It's like it continues from where I last left it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so and then it gets scarier too.
So you were the tutorial.
Yeah, I was the tutorial. Exactly. And we also played It Takes Two.
Yep.
So I didn't move on from where we last played for It Takes Two. We picked a chapter from what Kevin and I did.
The very beginning, right?
The beginning, yeah. And I did that with her. And that's fun for us both because she's played it before, like a couple years back. So she said she don't really remember everything. But yeah, we still had a blast. So it shows how repetitive it is, I guess.
Yeah, and you played as the guy, right? So like a different character than you played the first time.
No, I played as a girl.
Oh, the same one? So you did kind of the same stuff. I think the first like chapter or whatever, it's less like role defined. Like either person can kind of do different things. I feel like it was more so like after that first part that like you were kind of stuck doing certain things. Yeah,
I think the reason at first I wanted to play the guy, but then I think my headset wasn't working well on my computer or something with the audio. And I wanted her to experience everything, you know, with the audio. So I switched with her and let her experience the whole thing with yours.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fun. And she's very into like horror stuff as well, like I am. So she really enjoyed Mortuary Assistant. And she did say it is scary.
Did she enjoy it?
She said it's actually scarier than Phasmo. Because I think she played Phasmo.
Yeah.
And she said also because Phasmo, she get to do it with like friends. So you kind of feel reassuring.
It's more like a multiplayer game.
Yes. And this one is like she's doing it alone. And she says you can hear the rain and the thunder outside and every like sound.
Yeah.
So yeah, she can see why it was more scary to play it. But yeah, that was really fun. And I heard that the creators of Mortuary Assistant would be releasing a new game next year. I think next year or this year.
What's it called?
Paranormal Activity.
Of course it is.
Yes. And have you watched the movie, the Paranormal Activity movies?
I've never watched it. I remember it being a thing.
Yeah, but it's going to be like that, kind of like a real life recording or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I look forward to playing that game. I'm pretty sure I'll be screaming, but it'll be fun.
Yeah. Right. So we talked about It Takes Two, you and your cousin playing it. Yeah. But we also played some
yesterday.
This last week. Yeah, last night we played some more It Takes Two, progressed further. And I'm really enjoying like the part of the game that we're in right now. The only thing I'm afraid of is that we're going to finish it before our stream night comes.
I don't think
Hopefully we don't finish it by then. I don't know like how long the game is or how close we are to the end, but I hope we can at least stream it one more time.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully. We'll see. I don't know how many times we're going to play it between now and then. But yeah, we will have more to talk about when we're playing it live, obviously.
Yes.
Other than the fact I am really enjoying it. I feel like it's not as repeatable as most other games that we play together. Just because, like, I feel like a lot of the satisfaction comes from figuring out the puzzles, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, now that we've done them and figured them out, replaying it is not going to be as enjoyable.
I don't know. I still find it enjoyable playing it with my cousin.
Yeah, maybe. So I don't have a whole lot to talk about. I talk about Marvel Snap at least a little bit every single week.
Yes.
And I know this last season, I boasted about not splurging for the season pass.
You didn't, right?
And I didn't.
Wow.
I let the whole season go without me getting it, which was less of a big deal than I thought it was going to be. Normally I break at the end or at least some point during it and get the season pass, but I didn't this time. And as soon as we got a new season pass, I did get it because this next one, which I gave a warning, a heads up, like
yes, you did.
I only didn't get this last one because I didn't care for the card, but the next time around I probably will want to get it. And of course, this card was more interesting to me than the last one, so I did get the season pass, and I got the card that comes along with it, which is Hope Summers, I think is the name of it, and I'm having some fun with it.
Cool.
Other than that, I think the next few cards that are going to come out are going to be interesting ones for me, and so yeah, I'm enjoying Marvel Snap right now, and I am once again a someone who buys into the Battle Pass.
A snapper.
Yeah, other than that, I don't have a whole lot to kind of talk about with Marvel Snap, other than I'm enjoying the last couple of cards that came out.
Mm-hmm.
But another game that I'm still playing is the infamous water sort puzzle.
Wow. Believe it or not, it's the new mini game on my...
Yeah, it's back.
It's back, I mean.
So your mobile game that you talk about almost every week also.
Yeah.
Which is called Puzzles and Survival or something.
Mm-hmm. Puzzles and Survival.
It has mini games that they bring in and out of the game, right?
Yeah.
And they brought it back, and this is what got us into this game in the first place. But
yes.
It's like a water puzzle game where you pour the colored waters into other glasses.
Mm-hmm. Like sorting them.
Yeah, you're trying to get the same colors all grouped together in one glass.
Yeah.
And I have been playing this game for a couple of weeks now, and I am now on level 230 something.
Oh my goodness, you're so committed.
And I tell you, some of these levels are easy, and some of them take me like an hour to figure out.
Not too bad, Kevin.
Yeah, a lot of attempts, a lot of ads that I have to watch.
Oh wow.
And a lot of redos. And it's really mentally challenging to me, which is good for the most part. I like games like this unless I'm too tired.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely enjoy the mental challenge to this game. And a big part of why I played it so much this last week was because I was traveling.
Yeah,
right?
I guess that makes sense.
The work trip that I had in the life side of things. And so I played this a lot, like on the plane. Because this is like the game to play, like when you're in airplane mode, because it disables the ads and it makes the game better. It's like one of the few games that actually get better when you don't have internet access.
That's true.
Most games are like you can't play it or it's not as fun. But
That's true.
This one is better because it just means no ads.
Yeah.
So I played the heck out of it on the airplane, and I passed through a bunch of levels, and some of them took me a while. And I'm still playing it. Even probably earlier today, I think I played a little bit of it, so I'm still going at like level 230 plus.
I thought it was 260 plus, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay, never mind.
Maybe I'll check, but I don't think I'm quite that high yet. But remind me, there was like 15,000 levels.
I don't know. That's what it says.
I think that was what you read.
Yeah, that's what I read.
Which is insane because at 230, these levels are getting tough. Some of them. It's weird because it goes like from easy levels to like hard levels, back to easy levels, back to like super hard levels.
They want to keep encouraging you, you know?
Yeah, like every 10 levels, I'll get to one that's like really hard, and then it'll go back to being like kind of easy for a while.
Yeah, and speaking of mobile games, for Puzzles and Survival, I finally reached Commander level 54.
Okay, I thought like just a couple weeks ago you were like 50 or 49 or something.
Yes, it's not a couple weeks. It was a couple months maybe. It took forever to get to the level right now. But yeah, that's one thing I'm happy. And then secondly, I've also played this game that was installed on our son's Amazon Fire tablet, and it's called Cut the Rope. You know, the one by Om Nom Nom,
yes.
that little froggy looking thing. But this one is Cut the Rope Magic or something, and it has like other things like portals and like magic trails, and you can switch from a frog to a tiny frog or to a bird to complete your quest. So it's actually more challenging than the regular Cut the Rope.
Oh, okay.
So I
watched you play a little bit, and I could not figure out what was going on.
Yeah, it's the kind of puzzles that I like to get from one to the other or something. To collect the stars and eat the final candy. The candy is what get you to the next level. So the first few levels was pretty simple, and Dylan really enjoyed them. But then it got more difficult because there's with portals and other things to it. A lot of physics right now.
Yeah, that's good. I think anything that helps explain how the world works to him is a good game.
Yes, and it's actually also on the computers in the library.
Really?
Yeah. So I thought that was fun. But yeah, I just wanted to add that about the mobile games I played.
Okay. And the last game that I played this week was Super Smash. Being that I was traveling and I took the Switch with me, so I played some Super Smash Bros. For the most part, it was when I was just kind of hanging out in the hotel room, not doing a whole lot else. And I just kind of progressed in the story mode for Super Smash Brothers. I did, before I get into that, did the tournament mode with like 30-something players. Like, it was all computers.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like, online
or computer? It was not online. So it was all computers and then me. And I actually didn't win. I think I made it to like the semifinals. So I was like, I don't know, third or fourth out of like 30-something.
Don't underestimate these
I know
AIs.
It was Duck Hunt, right? Which is like the old game, if you're familiar with Duck Hunt. There's a character in Super Smash. Remember that there was like the ducks that would fly, and then you shoot the ducks, and then the dog goes and gets it. You're looking at me like you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I know real Duck Hunts, but I don't know about the game
so
Duck Hunt.
So it was an old game that you would shoot these ducks, and then the dog would go get the duck. And so there's a character in Super Smash Bros. That's the dog and the duck from Duck Hunt.
Oh, I thought the shooter would be in there, but I guess it's the duck or the dog.
He has a move that does something with that, like that. But he's kind of a weird character in the game, but he is in there, and he's the one that beat me and ended up making me lose the tournament, which I'm still salty about. It took me a while to even get that far. But after that, I was like, screw this tournament mode. I'm going back to the story mode. And I'm still playing through that. And I will say it is a lot longer than I thought it would be. I thought I was like to the end of it. And it was like, nope, you're still have to go do all this stuff now. And so I'm still going through it. I even beat I beat the first chapter of the game. And I thought that was going to be it. And then it was like, oh no, here you go. Here's the second chapter. And then I beat that. And then it's like, okay, you can keep going. Chapter 3. And
wait, how many chapters are there? Do you know?
I'm making up the chapters based on like important parts in the story. And I thought it would be done after the first chapter. But it's still going in like chapter 3 as my, making up these chapters.
Gotcha.
But it's basically the game's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. Which is okay. I just wasn't really expecting a lot out of the Super Smash Bros. Story mode. And so I'm still going. And the Switch games are ones where like I try not to play them at home. Yeah. Because I know I'm going to take it with me when I travel for work, which happens every month or two. Mm-hmm. And so I'll try to save those games for when I am traveling, because I don't want to play them when I'm at home and then I have nothing to play when I travel.
You have water sword puzzle.
Yeah, it's true. But I don't know how much longer that's going to last me. And I'm playing a lot of that already. So it'll probably be a while before I talk about Super Smash again.
Gotcha.
But that's kind of where I'm at now. Game. I did find a few new characters from the game that I enjoyed playing, which is weird because the last Super Smash game that I played, which was on the GameCube, I think was Melee, there was like maybe one or two characters that I liked a lot, which were Marth and Falco. But this go around, I'm finding like more characters that I like to play as. I forget their names exactly, but there's a lot more that I like, and I'm like Mega Man is really fun, and Lucario, I think is his name, and me, Gunner, and a couple of others, Robin, and probably one or two others. And so I kind of like just bouncing back between all of those characters, which is kind of fun because there's a lot more characters that I like than what I've had in past games. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Super Smash and of the gaming side of things. So with that said, let's jump into new game releases.
Yes.
So this last week, we've had some new game releases. I'll start with the first one on our list, which is Stalker Legends of the Zone Trilogy on Xbox One, as well as Dusk Falls on PS5 and PS4.
Which is a game we've played on Game Pass.
And we rated it, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Last year, I think.
Yeah, it was a while ago when it first came out on Game Pass, but now apparently it's out on PlayStation, which is new. Also, Snufkin Melody of Moomin Valley on Switch and PC. The Pirate Queen, A Forgotten Legend on Quest 3, Quest 2, and PC. Aka R on PS5 and PlayStation VR 2. Unicorn Overlord on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, and Switch. WWE 2K24 on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Contra Operation Galuga on all consoles and PC. Melatonin on PS5. And Passing By, A Tailwind Journey on Switch and PC. Any of those stand out to you at all? Besides As Dusk Falls, which we mentioned we played through and reminisced a little bit about before this recording.
The Unicorn Overlord?
Unicorn Overlord. Like, I had to stop myself from chuckling a little bit. Because Unicorn and Overlord, like, doesn't really seem to go together.
I imagine a unicorn with, like, fire in the eyes.
I don't know. Like, a unicorn who's, like, master of all and ruling over everyone.
Shooting rainbows everywhere.
Yeah, and then also Melatonin. Is where there's a game called Melatonin.
It helps you sleep.
I think we need to give our kids a dose of melatonin. Let them play some of that game. Maybe it'll help them sleep. I don't know. But how about you hit us up with the Game Pass games?
Okay, new on Game Pass last week is Paw Patrol World on console, PC, and cloud. NBA 2024 on console. And SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom on console, PC, and cloud.
Very nice. Now you mentioned Paw Patrol in there. Our kids are fans of Paw Patrol. They have a lot of Paw Patrol toys. So they'd probably like this game, especially because it's on Game Pass.
Yes, I will definitely check it out and see if it's suitable for them to play it.
I'm sure it is. I trust Paw Patrol. But also SpongeBob, a SpongeBob game. I don't know if that's any good, but I do like SpongeBob.
There's bikini in there.
Well, Bikini Bottom is the name of the... I didn't really realize how potentially inappropriate Bikini Bottom could be. But, like, Bikini Bottom is, like, the name of their city or whatever, right?
Really? I've never watched SpongeBob.
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's been a long time since I really watched SpongeBob. But, yeah.
Okay. I had no idea. That's funny.
But, yeah, that's it for new Game Pass games. So we will go ahead and get into where you can find us in the great old online world.
Yes.
That being over on YouTube, on our channel, the Gamer Parents Podcast, or on Twitter at twitter.com/gamerparentspod.
Or on Instagram at gamer_parents_podcast. Give us a like, follow, subscribe, whatever it is, wherever it is, and we would highly appreciate that.
Or even a good old podcast rating or review over on Apple Podcasts or any platform that lets you give rating to podcasts, and we appreciate that. Any reviews that we find, we like to read out on the show, so keep that in mind. If you do want to write something about us, we will talk about it, whether it's good or bad. And the best place to hang out with us would definitely be our Discord server. The link for that is in the show notes description, where we like to talk about life and games and just what's going on in our parenting lives and all sorts of other stuff, as well as where we usually are in the voice chats most evenings, just hanging out with each other or anyone else who wants to join us. So we invite you to pop in and say hello to us there. But that is it for this week's episode. This is episode number 80, and it is in the books.
Woohoo!
So we will catch you in the next one.
Bye.